Asia, where people are actually all coming together with conviction to improve their own societies, improve the way of life actually for people in Asia. And I just want to kind of turn back to you Andrea, and ask, given that you spend so much time in Asia, past 6 months in China, you spend time in India, you spend time in Malaysia, if I'm not wrong? Malaysia, even in Singapore, of course.
Jakarta, in Thailand.
What do you kind of make of that? I mean, how do you experience Asian societies trying to better themselves? Do they do it in quite the same way as European societies used to do back in the last century? Are there kind of different priorities? What's the take?
Well, it's a good question, and I'm writing a new book, and the new book which is focused on what I have done in Asia in the last few years, 5-6 years, meeting writers, publishers, and graphic novelists, and journalists, and filmmakers. And I realized that when I tell these stories, I'm also telling the story of these new countries, countries transforming themselves. And it's a question I give myself, it's a question I give you. What is the future? What will be the future? I'm in China. China is the country which is manufacturing all what we buy in Europe now. There are a big concentration of workers there. And it is told, it is known that there are even revolts by workers in China. There are people sending news with the local Twitter and so on. Of course, there is a censorship over there. And the same I know in India. In India, there is a form of resistance, not by workers but by peasants, who was usually dispossessed of their land because someone wants to build a new city, a new magnificent tower and environment and so on. And what I realize is that the existence of this working class is now forgotten a little bit. I think the people who inhabit these big cities, Shanghai, Beijing, Delhi, KL, Jakarta, Taiwan, Hong Kong, Taipei, Hong Kong, they are middle class people. Writers are usually coming from the middle class. Readers are coming from the middle class because they can read. And they discuss issues which are related to this kind of life. In China, out of 1 billion, 300 million people, more than 500,000 are urbanized, so are becoming middle class. And what I realize is that they tend to discuss about their own issue. They are not able to have a look outside. Well, of course, you come out from poverty. I meet important writers and intellectuals in China, and they tell me, my family was so poor. We used to eat meat once a year. I was able to come out because I had good votes in the school and the university and so on. And I don't know if they will be able to reconnect themselves with that hidden part of the society. If they don't do that, if intellectuals in these countries don't do that, I think there is a fear to lose something, at least to lose the perspective, the real perception of what your life is. You are here, but there is someone building up things for you. You should remember that this is a closed environment, and outside there is something else. I would also say, if you forget that there is something else, your life will be maybe a little bit boring. and these are the words of that. There is a well-known English science fiction writer, J.G. Ballard, who used to tell that when he was questioned, what is your fear about the future? And the answer was, I fear that the world in the future will be, well, it's difficult to translate. I know it from Italian, so I can't say in English. It's a suburb. My fear is that the world will be a big suburb for our soul. Suburban area.
Suburban neighborhood of the soul.
Of the soul. You should just say it, now we're going to translate.
Yeah, I just said it.
Dennis, actually, I'm going to flip that question around, because I think you are one of you're one of the very interesting people in how you've sort of moved cross over from Europe and spending so much time in Asia now. I'm going to flip the question around and ask you. So what's the perspective? How do people think of Asia back in Europe?
Unfortunately, I think they have a fear, because Asia is the continent which has taken labor from our countries. I mean, common workers in Italy, in the USA. I'm reading a novel by Dave Eggers, and he's writing about that. There is no more industry. There are no more plants in the USA, and plants building things for American people are in China, in India, and there is a fear because of that. There is also a sense of an opportunity, because some of us, many of us, recognize that this is a new world coming up, is someone new to relate with in terms of business or in cultural terms, and it's a fascinating opportunity. To me, I consider it a fascinating opportunity. I must thank you, you Asians, to be building your cities so high and to show me something new. Europe is a little bit has slowed down. There is really possibly fear in the sense after this big economical crisis. We do not know if we are out at last, or it will be lasting longer. And what I used to say, Asia is an opportunity. I see from sales of novels and literature from Asia, there is a slow increase. There is definitely an increase. People are